I just want to remind you that your parents are having sex with each other. I know. No one wants to hear that. Nobody wants to think about that. It's gross. Families aren't supposed to have sex with each other. You spend your whole life being told, no, don't have sex with your family. No. And yet, your parents are in the other room having sex with each other. Like, what the hell, Mom? You just told me not to, and you're telling me you've been doing this with our dad this entire time. That's rule number 1. You don't do that. But maybe if they just took the time to be like, hey, you guys don't do this, but we do, everything would be fine. If that was the case, don't you want them to be happy? Don't you want your mom having sex with your dad? I know that's gross, but first of all, that's how you came into the world. It makes them happy. It makes their bond stronger. And as a whole, your family's stronger. So in a way, you just need one of the people, in this case, a pair, you might call, in the family, to be doing it. And then everyone else is good. They do enough sex for everyone else. And in that case, you should want your parents to be having sex so you can be happy. It's really for you. And hey, you're not doing it. You're not the one having sex with your mom or dad. You don't have to worry about that. That's what's great about the arrangement. You don't have to be involved. You let them do their thing. They get the whatever they get out of it. And then you are good. Hopefully. I mean, it doesn't cure everything, but is a part of life. So all I'm saying is, ask your mom, how's your dad doing? How's your dad in bed? Do you need to throw him a few pointers? Are they communicating effectively? Like, help him out. I am sorry for what I just said. But you can't blame me, okay? I got nothing going on. These are the thoughts in my head. You should hear what I didn't say. For a second there, I was worried I was defending incest and advocating for it, which isn't very great for family dinners. But now you can go and share that with your families. Share your own opinions about your parents having sex. Involve your siblings. Involve the cousins. Maybe even ask your aunt or uncles. See how they're doing. Ask your cousins, their kids, how they're doing. And help everyone out. It's just a thought. I don't know. Maybe everyone shouldn't have free will. Maybe not everyone should be able to just post whatever they want on the internet. Yeah, what I said was a little weird, but people out there are doing all kinds of crap. Kanye is wearing a black Klux Klan, whatever you call it, robe, the hood, the point, and everything, going out there doing interviews, just talking about killing Jews or whatever he talks about. But that's why I do construction, because my mind isn't going to add value to society. All I am is manpower. My mind goes straight to incest. I don't do it. Or drugs. I don't do that as much. But you go into construction, these people's minds are messed up. Just hand them a hammer or a shovel and they're good. They contribute. They do their thing. Their mind needs to be distracted. Take it away from them. The mind's the problem. There was this guy who I knew. I was working excavation and it was like 120 degrees. It was like 118. Hottest day ever recorded in my location. And I believe his name was Neil. He was a water truck driver, probably 50s, smoked a bunch of cigarettes, had a voice like, he was a terrible person. And apparently I didn't bring enough water, And it might have been the fact that I stole a Zyn out of someone's pack and I've never had one or any nicotine at that. And so, I was feeling like I was going to throw up a little bit. I was a little dazed and confused. But Neil, not doing anything, sitting in his water truck, saw me. He saw that I wasn't doing okay. And so he snatched me over and threw me in his truck. And turned on the AC. He's like, rest, my man, rest. And with the windows down, of course, he starts smoking because he's a terrible person and doesn't care about others. But then, he gets his phone, makes a phone call, and he's like, I'm calling my wife. Great, man. And then he's like, what are you doing? How you been? Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do to you when I get home? And then he's like looking over at me, winking, and I'm high off a Zyn. And this guy just starts having phone sex with me sitting right next to him. He's talking about how he's gonna spit in her mouth and make her do things, which I know I've already said I want parents, which this guy is a parent, to do their thing. But I'm not involved with this guy. This guy is low-key a pedophile. But I'm just forced to sit there because now my boss thinks I'm not doing good, so I either have to go home or get better. And so if he thinks I get out of the truck, I either have to go home or continue to work, and I'm not going to be able to work. So I just have to sit through it. And he hangs up the phone, and I didn't look, but he probably was a little hard. I did touch it though, and it wasn't, I don't know, it's kind of like in between, I don't know. But that's the kind of people that are in construction. He started smoking probably 13, I think he said. I think it was sooner, but whatever. And he was in jail because he beat up, believe it or not, pedophiles. At least that's what he claims, even though he low-key gave me a pedo-y vibe. But, well, I did work with actual pedophiles. People convicted went to jail for 15 years. And now they're my boss, and I have to listen to them. And they're all rubbing on me and touching me. But my point is, that's what I'm meant for. I'm supposed to be with them. I dig holes good. Brain do bad. It's good brain, but it's a bad brain. It thinks and says things that don't work in an office, things that don't allow me to write code because they're worried what I might write, especially with AI. Write one bad chatbot, next thing you know. But I'm okay selling my body to some company, like some whore. But not everyone has the luxury to whore themselves out in one way or another. Like I got bread the other week, and on my bread there's a picture of a horse. Terrible picture. Like, it looked like a child did it. And on it said it was drawn by a Make-A-Wish kid. So it was a child. And it's some 10-year-old girl. They didn't say if she's dead or not, but they said she wanted to go to Hawaii. They never did say if she went to Hawaii, so I'm assuming she's dead. Crossing my fingers. And what's the point of Make-A-Wish? It's for the only people who aren't gonna, well, let's face it, they're not gonna do much. I feel bad. Nobody wants to die at 12 to leukemia. But what's gonna help them by taking them to Disneyland and just going to the beach? Is it just one last hoorah? Like, is it gonna build their spirits? Go, oh, Hawaii exists. I'm gonna fight this, and then they do, and they win. That doesn't happen. They don't win. they don't. And even worse, they do win. And now we just spent, what, 20 grand to send some lady, some little girl to Hawaii, or let some kid be Batman for a day, making everybody late to their job because they gotta make a parade of this kid going down the street. It's a real story. Look it up. All this money that we could have sent elsewhere to, I don't know, maybe helping cure them. Like, I don't know, for the thousands of other people who might end up having whatever they have, saving them. They're gonna die. They're gonna die. If the parents who hopefully are having sex want to, send them to Hawaii. Let them die on the beach. At least they won't have any hair to get sand stuck in. But now we're spending all this money on them. If it was elderly people who have lived a life, they've contributed to their community, to the economy, they've done it all. They've been around for 80 plus years. Let's do it. Let's drop 20 grand on them. Let's let them live their life. I guess they can't really get out of bed, but they can always shoot up heroin. Where does all the heroin go from the cartel that we steal from? Well, we're not stealing from, but they try to get over the border and we take it from them. That could be donated to the elderly. Buy them a TV, let them watch some TV, shoot them up with heroin. That I would be okay with. I mean, it doesn't have to be heroin. That'd just be me. But I just don't think we should be wasting it. Wasting, yeah, that might interesting word. But we shouldn't be wasting money on a glorified vacation and again, if they even make it, they're probably too young. They won't even remember the thing. And is it really helping? And why is it on my bread? Why do I gotta see some girl and her picture of a horse on my bed? She's not even good. She's not even a prodigy. She's going nowhere. It's not good. One good thing that might come out of it is for the parents. The parents, could probably trick the kid, it is a child, to go, oh, we want to go to France and see a Maroon 5 concert in France. And then that way, Make-A-Wish will do their thing and then help them go there and they can meet Maroon 5. And it's great for the parents because, they're millennials and Maroon 5 is their favorite thing in the world because I can't think of any of their songs. And, the parents at least, they get to meet Maroon 5. Sure, your daughter's dead, but you saw Maroon 5 in France or wherever I said. That's good. I guess I'm up for that. Parents scamming charities, if you want to call it that. And look, I like charities. Charity's good. You should help others. You should do what you can to not let people die or whatever. I don't know what charities do. I'm just saying maybe we could focus our attention elsewhere. Maybe like the homeless. They're everywhere. It's like the zombie apocalypse, but homeless. These homeless, I don't know why. Homeless people love three things. They love Dunkin' Donuts, Jordans, and fentanyl. And I think if we just help them with two of those things, and I think I have to clarify, the Dunkin' Donuts and the Jordans, that would be good. Send money to Dunkin' Donuts, give them donuts, drop a pair of Jordans in their hand, and I think we cure the homelessness. There would be no homelessness. I mean, I already see a bunch of Jordans on these homeless people, probably because Nike messed up and sold too many of the same pair and blah, blah, blah. And now for 5 years, they've pretty much gone nowhere. But, hey, give them to the homeless. Maybe that'll help them get a job. We can't force the homeless to live in a home or to get a job or not do fentanyl, but we can give them the resources to take those steps. We can give them Jordans. We can give them donuts and coffee. I don't know what else Dunkin' Donuts has. It's a stupid name. I don't want to go there. I do like donuts, though. The other day, I was walking home from the gym. It was later at night. Not too late, but it was dark. Probably like 9 p.m. Walking home, see a guy, homeless, and he's standing there, pants to his ankles, and he's swaying back and forth, doing the Harlem Shake in slow motion, but, he's on fentanyl. That's what I'm saying. And as I get closer, I notice he's got a dookie between his cheeks. And not a fresh one like he was in the middle of, dooking, but there was one just groundhogging just halfway out of his cheeks. And it was like dry, like it's been there for a while. And I just can't help but think, give that guy some coffee, help with the bowel movements, give him a donut to actually have the bowel movements, pull up those pants, throw a pair of Jordans on him. Who's to say he's not running JP Morgan in 3 years? Is that so crazy to say? All I'm saying is if you want to donate to a charity, or if you're going to and you don't want to, just put it in a good place. Think about where this money goes. Take the time to learn about the charity. Does 70% of it go to some lady to build a mansion or to throw parties? Yeah, don't go to that charity. To the charity, do they just put pictures on loaves of bread? Don't donate to that charity. Donate somewhere where they're actually going to do something with the money. That is going to make some change. It's going to have a purpose. It's not just an empty pit. That's what Make-A-Wish is. A big empty pit where you just throw money in. And every once in a while they catch it on fire, but before it all burns out, they get a handful of it and take some kid to the Caribbean islands so they can see it bright water and white beaches. So donate money to me. My Venmo's in the description. Shout out me.